Hi, I'm Daniel from Happy Farmer. In this video, I'm going to show you how to assemble our 4-foot rollaway nest box. This process also applies to our 2-foot nest box as well. To assemble this nest box, you'll need a few tools. An impact with a Phillips bit, 2 wrenches, a 7/16 and a 3/8, and a hammer. The hardware for the nest box is included. For our first step, we'll need 2 pieces, 1 for each end, and our long piece that goes across the top should have the sticker on it. We'll start by fastening the end to the root piece. And we'll put one more in the top here. All right, next we'll take our other side piece. We'll fasten it to piece A, and we'll use the screws and bolts from our small bag of hardware to continue fastening. To finish step 1, we'll put piece D, our middle divider, and screw it into the middle of piece A. For step 2, we'll need 2 pieces. Piece labeled H2 comes with a double bend, also has a notch on each of the ends. And we'll also need piece H, which is easy to identify with the spring. As we begin step 2, I have the nest box face down with the slant towards me, and I'll take H2 and lay it right across the back here in the middle. We'll take the 90-degree, have it facing out, and this notched end fits in with the bevel going inside the nest box. And we'll wrap up piece H2 by fastening it to the middle divider D. And for piece H, we'll fasten it here on the bottom, the J channel there, and the spring facing towards the bottom of the nest box. To begin step 3, we'll need 2 pieces. Piece E, which is a small piece with a bend in it, as well as piece F, which is the folded piece with the right angle halfway down. We'll also need to flip our nest box to the other side. We'll start with piece F with the bend and the 90-degree in the middle. Make sure you take so that the profile of the bend is facing towards the bottom. Also, we need piece E. Piece E will also tuck in right on top of piece F. You want to slide it underneath and make sure that piece E and F are both inside the ends of B and C. And one in the middle here. For step 4, we'll take our 6 3/4 inch flat piece, G, and fasten it to the top of the nest box. We have 2 holes on this side, 2 holes in our middle divider, as well as 2 holes on the other side. For step 5, we'll take our 2 floor channel pieces, I and J. They are identical, so it doesn't matter if they get switched. And we'll bolt one on this side of the end wall and one on the other side onto B and C. For step 6, we'll take our egg tray ends, pieces K and L, and we'll bolt them to the sides of B and C. To start with our egg tray end, position it on the outside of the wall. A couple things to remember. We do have the slope of the nest box facing towards us, and we want to match it with this slope as well of the egg tray end. Also, it is important to install it with the bend facing towards the middle of the nest box. We do need the larger bolt that comes in the other bag of hardware and fits one there, as well as one right here. To fasten the egg tray end to here, we do need to go back to the smaller hardware, and we can connect it from the bottom. For step 7, we'll take piece M, which has 3 bends in the piece, and we'll place it on the top of the egg tray ends right here. For step 8, we'll need the litter tray piece N, which is completely solid, has a bend on either side, no holes in it, as well as our mesh piece O for the nesting box. For the litter tray, we'll install it in the back and slide it into the floor channels, I and J. Make sure you put just a single bend first. For piece O, we'll insert the metal mesh with the single bend end into the nest box first. For step 9, we'll take the door piece, piece P, with the 4 hinges, and we'll install it right onto the top of the nest box. For step 10, we'll need our rod piece Q, as well as the access lid R, which has a little round bend here where the rod will slide through to hinge for the door. We'll begin with our rod. Take the little cap piece and we'll hammer it onto the end of the rod. Push it through the large hole here on the ends of K and L, and also feed it through our access lid and go through the large hole on the other egg tray end on the other side. To install the cap on the other end of the rod, I'm going to take the nest box to the ground so I can hammer it to the top of the rod. And I'll take the cap and hammer it. For step 11, we'll take our two perch bracket holders, S and T, and we'll install them onto the side of the walls, B and C. And we'll also use the larger bolts for these pieces as well. We'll install the perch bracket piece with the bend towards the bottom, and we'll bolt it to the side of the wall on the outside. Also in step 11, we have our two perch brackets, U and V, and we'll install one on each side onto the perch bracket holders. For step 12, we will be using our perch W, the green wooden piece, to mount it on top of the two bracket holders. Also, we will be using different hardware, the two carriage bolts, as well as the two lock nuts to hold the bar into place. For the carriage bolts going through the perch bar, you may need to hammer it through to get a good, secure fit. If you have the 4-foot nest box, you will be adding these two vertical braces, one on the inside over there, and one on the inside of the nest box from the top down to the step. To install the red privacy curtains, we will need to remove 3 bolts, one from here, here, and here, and then the privacy curtains will slide up behind and be bolted with those same bolts to the end walls of the nest box. When installing the curtains, I like to install underneath this flap just to make it look a little bit neater and cleaner. To fasten the nest box to the coop, you will be given 2 of the J-channel pieces. Simply screw these to the coop, and then the J-channel is hooked into the nest box like so. The nest box will hang from wherever you mount these 2 J-channel pieces. Once the nest box is mounted on the back of the coop, this part will be inside, accessible to the chickens. Chickens hop up on the perch bar and then enter the nest box through the curtains. All right, let's turn the nest box around and I'll show you the egg collection in the back. When collecting the eggs, simply lift the bottom lid and the eggs should all be here in the mesh. And if you'd like to look at the chickens, you can lift this flap here to look inside the nest box. For extra security, to keep this tight from predators, there are 2 holes, one on each end. You can simply run your own bungee strap across to the other side to keep this lid fastened to keep the predators out. If you'd like to prevent your chickens from going into the nest box at night, you can simply fold the perch bar up like this to prevent the chickens from entering the nest box. And that's how you assemble our 4-foot rollaway nest box. For more information, pictures and details, check out our website at happyfarmer.store or follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Thanks for choosing Happy Farmer.